You know, in the quiet world of a writer's desk, a whole universe of thought can be found in the absolute smallest of things. Today, we're jumping into Robert Frost's super witty and really philosophical poem, A Considerable Speck. It's one of those amazing pieces that proves a huge, profound encounter can start with something so tiny you'd barely even notice it.
So Frost kicks things off with this line: "A speck that would have been beneath my sight." Think about that. It's something so small, so completely insignificant on the surface that you could just ignore it, dismiss it, or brush it away without a single thought. But, as we're about to find out, this is no ordinary speck of dust.
And this one tiny encounter on a blank sheet of paper, it raises this enormous question. What can a creature you can barely even see teach us about our own intelligence, our own power, and yeah, our place in the world? It's a huge idea, and Frost finds the answer in the smallest possible package.
All right, so let's set the scene. Our story begins, like so many do, with a writer and a blank page, just waiting for inspiration to strike. So picture it, the poet is at his desk, and in front of him is this clean sheet of paper. But to him, it's not just paper, it's this huge white desert, a space of pure potential, totally empty and just waiting. And something is definitely about to happen.
And right then, just as he's about to start, an intruder shows up, completely breaking that perfect, clean emptiness of the page.
And in just a split second, the poet's entire perception shifts. At first he's like, oh, it's just a piece of dust, maybe I blew it there myself. But then he leans in, he looks closer, and he realizes, wait a minute, this thing isn't just a lifeless speck. It's moving with purpose, with some kind of intention. It's a living, breathing creature.
Now, to really bring this tiny little drama to life, Frost uses this brilliant literary tool called personification. See, he doesn't just see the mite moving around, he starts giving it human-like qualities. He sees it acting with fear, with caution, and with this calculated, desperate need to survive. He's literally watching a mind at work. And this is the exact moment everything changes. The speck is now, as he says, unmistakably a living mite with inclinations it could call its own. It's not just a random object anymore. It has agency. It has a personality. It is, in its own tiny way, an individual.
So, now that the poet has recognized that it's alive, he starts to see something even more amazing. He starts to see intelligence.
I mean, the mite doesn't just scurry around for no reason. It pauses, as if it's suspicious of this giant pen looming over it. It retreats from what it obviously thinks is danger. And then it just races wildly, desperately trying to get away. This isn't just some mindless instinct. The poet sees this as a clear display of mind.
And this leads to this really profound moment of connection. The poet says, I have a mind myself and recognize mind when I meet with it. Wow. That is such a powerful statement of empathy and respect. He's seeing a reflection of his own consciousness in this microscopic creature.
So this recognition, this moment of seeing a kindred mind, it leads us right to the climax of the poem, where the poet, who's basically a godlike giant in the mite's world, has to make a choice.
I mean, the whole conflict is laid out right here. The poet has all the power, literally the power of life and death, all symbolized by his pen. And the mite? Its only power is its intelligence and its fierce will to live. It's this epic struggle playing out on a microscopic scale. Just think about that imagery for a second. That's all it would take. One single, final period of ink to just end the mite's story forever. The pen, a tool for creation, could instantly become a weapon of destruction. That is some serious power. But he doesn't do it. He holds back. He's so impressed, so genuinely moved by this tiny creature's desperate, smart fight for its life that he makes a very conscious decision. He chooses mercy. He just lets it live.
And that one small act of mercy on a blank page? Well, it has these huge philosophical ripple effects, turning a simple observation into a commentary on our entire world.
And here's where the poem gets really sharp. The poet kind of suggests that this mite, in its very calculated struggle for life, shows more real mind than a lot of humans who just go through life without really thinking or paying attention at all. Ouch. That's a startling and pretty humbling comparison. So the poem leaves us with some really powerful wisdom, right? To respect all life, no matter how small it is. It reminds us that real intelligence isn't just a human thing. It can be found everywhere,
if we're just humble enough to actually look for it. And really, it celebrates the simple, profound act of just paying attention.
And the poem wraps up with this just beautiful thought, basically a celebration of consciousness itself. On any sheet the least display of mind, no one can know how glad I am to find. It's all about that pure joy of discovering intelligence, of finding a connection in the most unexpected of places.
And that leaves us with something to think about, doesn't it? The poet found it on a sheet of paper. So where do you find it? Maybe in the complex way your pet behaves, or the resilience of a plant in your garden, or maybe somewhere else you'd never even think to look. It's a great question to carry with you.